There we go.
Hello.
Hi, we got you.
Hi.
How are
What's
you?
up, everybody? Doing amazing. So happy to see you, Monica.
So happy to see you. You're looking gorgeous, absolutely beautiful.
Aw, thank
Um,
you.
the first thing that we do is we introduce our guests, but I feel like you need no introduction. You are a singer, a mother, a businesswoman, entrepreneur, philanthropist. Like you are just all of the things, a force to be reckoned with. And before we get into like the meat of our conversation, I want to ask you, when you wake up in the morning, like, how do you introduce yourself? How do you identify? Because there's so many things.
You're so sweet. I wake up as Cece. That's my nickname. But I wake up, I guess, of course, feeling like mom, feeling like a wife, feeling proud to be both. I do feel like I'm going to go and attack the day. That's really my mentality. I'm always thinking about how can I attack the day and really rock it for myself and, reach my goals and make it all happen. So, but I guess when I wake up, though, I don't wake up so much of like being the persona that people know me as. I just wake up, one, feeling really grateful and blessed to do that. And then, of course, again, like I say, my family, they're what drives me. And so I just wake up in that element. And I guess it's kind of, when I think about it, it's kind of fair to say that I really do wake up as mom, because literally the first thing I'm doing right now is I'm breastfeeding Win. And so he's right there. It's time to feed the baby.
There is no like Ciara the performer when you wake up, right? It's like, where's breakfast, mom?
Exactly. That part comes a little later. Kids come first in that moment.
Awesome. So you said, you were talking about your goals and all the things and showing up for yourself and for your family. Just kind of tell us, how are you doing? How are you doing on your wellness journey? How are you balancing it all?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's been really fun. I have to say, being a part of the Dub Dub Club has been super awesome and really easy, to be honest. And it's not stressful. It's not like I don't feel like pressure to reach my goal. Like I really feel I've been having a good time in the whole process of it all. And now I have three children,
Children.
as I would say. And so, that's super hectic. That brings on, life is very eventful. It's nonstop. But as far as me reaching my goals, I feel like I've been, super motivated. And, being on having the WW program has been, it's just been amazing. Like I've been having a lot of fun, like literally finding ways to be creative. Also discovering how, there's many ways to eat the things. Like I can eat a lot of things that I want to eat, which has been really cool. That takes the weight off.
Yes.
I think when you're trying to like achieve a physical goal or your fitness goals and your wellness goals, when you have to follow like an intense regimen, it just kind of makes things feel like, like you can feel a little stressful. And I've been there before. But luckily for me, being a part of the Dub Dub Club and, finding ways to be creative, it's been really easy. And I will say did not get on the scale this morning because I woke up and I breastfed and I was running around with my kids. So the best time to weigh myself is the first time in the morning. So I'll do my weigh-in tomorrow. But
Okay.
I'm like basically at, I'd say 30 to 31 pounds at this point.
Oh,
Yeah, it is really cool.
it's
It's
beautiful.
been really fun. And I was going to tell you something. What was I going to say about that? I'm saying that to say that it's crazy though, because, we go through these different phases as women in womanhood and on the journey. And I think for me in this phase, like, I've had different fitness goals and physical goals that I've wanted to get to. But in this stage, I feel like I don't know if I want to lose as much weight as I was trying to lose. It's really interesting. I'm trying to figure it out because I'm liking where I am. Like I'm liking it. I'm like, okay, there's little, like, the perfectionist in me is like, okay, I got to make sure I get my abs down. Then I got to make sure I get to the place that I like for me. But I'm like, I'm loving my curves and I don't want to lose. Like I actually, So I'm trying to figure it all out right now, because I technically could have already reached my goal, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So.
I love that, and that's so honest. And I'm thinking back to like one of the first conversations that we had, and you just said, you wanted to be strong and be able to like to live your to perform the way that you needed to perform, to show up for your family, to do all of these things. And I think that, as we're on this wellness journey, it shifts and it looks different.
Yeah.
Like you said before, previously, maybe it was like, I want to make sure I have all of my abs right where they're supposed to be. But
Yeah.
now you're like, I just need to be the strongest that I can to continue to show up and do the things that I need to do.
Yeah, be the strongest I can. And, I think I'm probably the most confident and comfortable I've ever been in my skin, and I think that makes a big difference, especially for us as women, right?
Yes.
I've realized too, like, for me, your body, like, I'll just be honest, like after having a baby, your body probably will never be the same that it was like before any baby came in and, shook
Yeah.
the whole thing, the whole situation, but at the same time, I feel like I'm my best me. Like, I feel like I'm in the best place I've ever been. And there's no better feeling than that, than just really, being confident within myself, like embracing who I am, like truly loving who I am, where I am. And I just feel like you feel even more motivated. Like your motivation is just a little different when you're in that place. Like, that comfortable feeling with myself has been like game changing, right? And so now also when I'm trying to reach certain goals, it's really about sustainability. It's about, long term. It's truly about the long term pictures, not just living in the moment. And that's what's really cool about, being in the Dub Dub Club or being a part of the WW family, is that it's about big picture focus, right? And it's about total wellness, like being able to really dial into all of that is like next level for me. So it's not just the physical component, it's also educating myself in the process, knowing like, okay, how certain foods can affect my body, or, oh, I actually could eat this and this is okay. And it's like, it's all good, right? So there's all that going on.
So tell me where and how do you think that shift happened?
I think the shift happened. I definitely think I can contribute it to a phase that I think the phase of my life as a woman, I think there's kind of like, when you do self-reflecting and look within yourself and you think about life, and then you also just take a moment to step back and like really take in life and where everything is. You start to realize, like, because when we're younger, I think we kind of put more pressure on ourselves. I don't know. I don't want to put it totally on timing, but I do think that as we're trying to like, find our identities, as women, we sometimes like make things way more complicated than they have to be. Mm-hmm. And then you realize in life, a lot of things that, you sweat, or a lot of things that I used to sweat, like really don't matter. Right. And so you start to kind of throw out the frivolous things. Right. And like in life, I feel like for me, I become even more focused and like intentional. And I just think that, with that mental approach, it's been game changing, and then, like I say, you start to realize like, hey, like it's all good. Like in my imperfections, it's still perfection. Like, so like having kind of like that, mental understanding and like, just like really tapping into that, I think has been game changing for me. And life has been taking a really cool shape. I feel really blessed. For the simple things, and I think that's also something else that you really truly understand over time. I feel like I've always tried to stay humble and be appreciative, but as life goes on, things like us all experiencing the pandemic, things like that, that was huge, right? And very humbling, I think, for everyone, like the whole world, right? I was like, okay, I'm like, what's the message we need to hear in this? Like, so it's just little things, put things in perspective. And I'm just really grateful just to wake up,
Yes.
just to have breath, right? For the simple things. So I think a lot of that understanding puts things in perspective for me.
Oh my gosh, Ciara, I love it. And I'm like getting like chills and goosebumps because you're all of those things, right? It's like where we are in the world, you're a mother, you're a wife, you have all of these different things. And you really do start to think about things differently and just say, and I would imagine, you want to also be a role model for your kids, right? And start to help them to understand how do you put your best foot forward with all things, but definitely with your wellness.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And, our kids do look up to us, they do see our habits, like, our habits can pour over into our kids, and typically they do. So, I do think it's important for us to, to do our best when we're in front of them, especially because kids are very impressionable, right? They become what they see, And then essentially in this case, and we put everything in context, like there's this saying, you are what you eat, you know? And so it's so important that we feed ourselves with the right things, like from a food perspective, a mental perspective, like how are we, you know, feeding ourselves there? Like, what are you doing to nourish not only your body, but your mind and your soul? Like all of that matters. And I think the reality is for our kids though, you know, our kids have way more access than we had. And so that's been a great, I think it's going to be a great challenge along the way in their lives by, you know, for us as parents, making sure we find the ways to keep things in perspective for them and to keep them humble and to keep them focused and, you know, knowing that life isn't going to be handed to you. Right. And so, you know, there's all of that to factor in. And, you know, I hope that, I believe that, you know, we're making a good example so far. You know, I'm doing my best, and every decision I always make it with my family in mind, you know? And so I think it's important for our kids to see, like, if you want it, you got to go get it, right? If you want to be great, you got to put the work in. If you want to, you know, take care of your body, you got to make smart decisions. You got to make sure you're feeding it the right stuff, right? And so that balance is everything.
Love it. Love it. You are dropping so many different gems. So I know we don't have that much more time with you, but there are some questions that I definitely want to get to because I know everybody wants to know. So what are some of your favorite snacks now that you've moved into kind of this WW world and probably have a little bit more information about points and smart points and things like that?
Yeah, so some of my favorite snacks, I actually love, and I can still eat my peanut butter pretzels. The pretzels have a little bit of peanut butter in the middle, and I can't eat as much as I thought I used to be able to, but I can still eat them. So I'm really happy about that. Sometimes my chef will help me, like when I'm on the go, put together the package and be like, 3 points. This is the amount you have for your 3 points. I like my cucumbers and ranch dressing. You know, there was this thing about like how ranch dressing was like, you can't really have it when you're trying to like eat healthy because there's a bit more fat in the ranch dressing, and it's just like your body processes it differently. And it's been fun being able to have snacks like that. It's simple, but it's really good. It gets the job done. And then I also have this new snack that I've kind of whipped together. It's ground beef with corn. And so it's like a little protein, a little bit of like, you know, I mean, a little bit of that, like the sweetness in the corn. It's not like I'm doing something like crazy. You know, it's not crazy on the sugar side. My body burns and metabolizes, like it does really well with it. So that's like a little CC snack that I've kind of like whipped together. And so there's, you know, I'm not too crazy on the snack side, I guess, but I also like kind of create my own snacks too sometimes. So yeah, a few things.
Love it. You guys heard it first. You heard Cece's newfound favorite snack. I'm sure there's going to be folks trying it.
I will tell you though, on that note though, what has been really fun is still being able to eat my burrito bowls. Still being able to have like, you know, like one of my favorite meals, not snack, but favorite meals is my burrito bowl, where it will be ground beef, cauliflower rice, a little bit of corn, a little bit of guacamole.
You gotta have avocado.
Sour cream. Yes. And a little bit of salsa. But the cauliflower rice in the mix of it is lit. It's really good.
Game changer. Game changer.
Yes. You're not missing anything. You're not missing the rice. So that's really good.
Awesome. So again, you guys are hearing it, right? With WW, you can have all the things that you love, but it's just about how, right? And how often and how much, and you know, it's nothing that you have to like cut out. And again, that's just the beauty and the love that I have for this program. So Ciara, I know you shifted your membership into the Digital 360 space, and I had shared a little bit earlier before we got you on that Digital 360 is our new membership type. It has access to expert coaches that have different kind of backgrounds, different experiences, from former athletes, new moms, fitness instructors, meditation experts, and you can do coach lives, like kind of live events similar to this, where they're talking about just bringing to life different techniques and topics and things like that. You have podcasts, you have a community that's around the clock available to you. So out of all of those kind of features in your experience so far, just in WW, what would you say is like the highlight that you love and you lean on the most?
The highlight, I think for me, I would say talking with you. I think having access to you is awesome. And, you know, you've gone on an incredible journey. And when we first met, it was so inspiring to me, you know, to hear your story and to see how you just literally put your mind to your mission and your goal and you made it happen. And to know that that's real is really inspiring. So, you know, I think having access to amazing coaches like you, I would say is one of the coolest features of the program because it makes it personal and relatable and real. And, you know, I think it's healthy when someone's on, you know, a fitness and wellness journey, you know, or physical and wellness journey. I think it's great when you have, you know, teammates like you by their side. You know, it's been awesome for me. And I've enjoyed the times that we've connected and we get together. And even if it's just to get together to say, hey, like, this is what's going on. You know, this is my weight loss. I'll be like, well, you know, let's talk in 2 weeks, you know, but that's real. And so that has been awesome. So for me, that's one of my favorite features.
I love that. The community with WW is also one of my favorite things because you're just like you said, you're always learning. You're always like the tips that you just shared about snacks and like how you're approaching it. There's just always something that you can take away from it and apply to your journey, to your future. So
absolutely. And you know what's so funny? I'll share this other fun bit of information is that, you know, I'm breastfeeding right now, so my sleep is really wonky. So I don't even bother to log my sleep just yet because I think the machine would be like, now what is she doing? Like, what's going on? Or at least it would spit it back out to me in a unique way. But I think I'm going to stop breastfeeding in like 2 weeks. My goal is to do 9 months, and I'm accomplishing that mission so far. So I think that I'm going to do that, and when I do that, I'm going to be logging in my sleep. So I'm excited to activate that feature as well. And then I also like the little nuggets, like when I do log in, like, you know, my update on my weight, and then it's like congratulate, like the excitement, you know, that comes through the app. It's like, woo! Yes. I'm doing something. So, you know, there's little features like that too that, you know, make you feel good. And then I also don't feel like bad if I do go over on my points. Like WW makes a girl feel good and like is right there with you. So that's been awesome too.
And you know what? The best word, and you'll always hear us say this, is it's a journey. Right? There are some days when you are just like knocking it out of the park and you're like, this is the best. And oh, can't nobody touch me. Right. Yeah. And then there are other days where you're like, I need a little bit more support or have to give myself some grace.
Yeah. It's true. Grace is everything. You know, I think we all have to give ourselves grace and like realize we're all human on our mission. And, you know, there's perfection in the imperfections of life and all of our imperfections. And I think we have to like always, you know, we have to sometimes remind ourselves that like, it's okay to sometimes make a mistake. And then tomorrow is a new opportunity and it's a new opportunity to bounce back and like get it right on track. So that's an awesome thing to always remind ourselves of.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up, but I do have two kind of questions that I want to ask you. One is, what is an empowering message that either was shared to you at any point in your life, or that you just want to share with the community to keep going, to you know, put themselves first or their wellness first? Like, what's that kind of powerful message that you'd like to leave us with today?
To put your wellness first, an empowering message. That's a good question. Man. To put your wellness first. I would say that is a really good question, Monica. I'm trying to think here. Empowering message to put your wellness first. I don't know. I think I would say more than anything is, you know, I think the reminder of knowing that everything that, you know, we need to get the job done is within us. And, you know, really knowing that and believing in that has been huge for me. And like I say, it's to use knowing that in the process of like doing it all, like I said, there is perfection in the imperfection of the process. Like you don't have to be so hard on yourself and know that you have everything it takes to get the job done, right? It's really, and a lot of times comes here, like the mental part of it all, the process. That's where I think we all as humans struggle with. it's like I can do so good in the mornings, and then the nighttime comes and I'm like talking to myself like, don't go eat that ice cream, don't go eat that ice cream, don't go to bed, like go left, go right. Like I go through that whole thing. But you know, when you're really able to tap into that mental part of it all, it's game changing, you know. And then, you know, and I'll also share this little nugget in the process, something that I did learn, like when I'm super dialed in, like doing things in moderation are really game changing. Right. And so being able to have, like, once you start to like conquer that whole like process, you get that willpower. And then before you know it, you're in your strongest place. Right. So, I mean, I think I can just say like those are some of the sentiments that I could share overall that I feel empower me in the process. And I go to those places to remind myself like, everything's going to be good. If I fall off track, I can get back on track. Like I got this. And then the more that I just keep working hard at like practicing the good habits, it starts to become a part of me. Like it starts to become like second nature. I don't want that ice cream like I used to want it. I don't want this. And I can still have it, but
yes.
I'm just like, you know, way more balanced. And I really, my willpower becomes stronger.
I love that. I love it. All right. So I will not keep you any longer. For our followers community, if you want to know more about Ciara's journey, just go to www.com/Ciara and you can learn more about all of the great things that she's doing. And look at her dancing a little bit.
Hey.
That's how we should leave, right? We should just dance off the screen.
Let's dance on up. Hey.
Okay, listen, I'm for it. I was a dancer for 12 years. Come on.
Hey, see? I told y'all my coach is cool.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for just giving us a little sneak peek into your journey. You are so amazing and so inspiring. And I love the times that we can connect.
Thank you so much. You are awesome. And I'm grateful to have you on my team. I'm blue team blue. Hey, it's been awesome so far. And, you know, to everyone who's watching as a part of the Dub Dub Club, let's keep it going. You know, we all can cheer each other on. We all need each other. Yes. And hopefully the world will be back to like really moving freely soon here when this pandemic is officially over.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to those days, but everybody stay focused. You have everything it takes to get the job done. It's all within you. Be creative. I think that's what the Dub Dub Club allows you to do, is to be creative and, you know, to make your journey fun. It doesn't have to be so intense and strict. So stay the course, you know, and let's go Dub Dub.
Let's get it. Have a great one. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.